The commission hearing was very, very good and very fair and nearly perfect. I would call it a home run by the commission, who I thought was thoughtful, who I thought was deliberate, who I thought was open to suggestions, and who I thought was very transparent. I would call it a home run. I would not call it a grand slam for one reason. Somewhere in there, they had a dialogue and open discussion about somehow regulating and or disciplining pre-fight speech. What happened at press conferences? I only want to mention this briefly because I feel very confident in telling you guys that the commission itself, in hindsight, right here as we sit here this day, would, if they were publicly meeting, say, yeah, forget we ever brought that up. And when you're deliberating live on camera with 5 different people and witnesses and expert testimony and people on conference calls and people being sworn in, when you're doing something like that and you're live for 5 hours, take it from me, something's going to come out of your mouth that you'll look back on and go, oh yeah, take that off the record. Forget we said that. That slipped out. I think that was one of those things. I don't think we have to look any further than this. But for fun, what if I'm wrong? I mean, after all, it was said they have not retracted it yet. So I suppose I have to operate in the confines that they believe on some level they are going to regulate speech. Whoa! Never going to happen. It was a reckless thing to say, and I'm surprised that it slipped out in a day where they did such a good job. I'm surprised that it came out because there is something known as the First Amendment. On top of that, whose speech are we going to go with? I got called the biggest trash talker in all of sports, not just MMA, in all of sports by Sports Illustrated. I've never used a 4-letter word, never once. If my press conferences were put in a movie theater, they would not be rated R. There are other guys who did not insult anybody, didn't even try to hurt anybody's feelings or get any feathers up, and every other word was a 4-letter word. Their movie would be rated R. Is that the level that we're going to go to? No R-rated speech, no 4-letter words? Chael can go do whatever he wants, but some of these other guys can. I mean, is that how it's going to be? Or is it not? All of a sudden you're going to come in after Chael because I hurt somebody's feelings. I will tell you openly, when I show up to a press conference, I have 2 goals. 1 is to entertain, and 2 is to hurt the other guy's feelings. I'm trying to hurt the other guy's feelings to get a reaction to then service my first goal, which was to entertain. Who in the hell is going to come in and regulate that and tell me I can't do it? Who within government is going to come in and tell me I can't do it? And then do we get into the weeds of where is it that I did it? What if I'm getting ready to fight in Nevada, but I'm holding a press conference in New York? Does the commissioner of New York step in when the fight is in Nevada, or does Nevada try to step in while I'm outside of state lines? Do you see the problem? You simply cannot do that. The rules are extremely simple. Don't touch the other guy. Press conferences are very similar to the fight night itself, except the roles are reversed and the fans become the mouthy fighter. The fan will then cheer and try to make feel good the person they want, and they will boo and insult and give hand gestures and say terrible things to the person they don't want. Whether that's because the emotion they have and it's genuine, or they're trying to throw it off his game, or they've had too many beers. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference. They're the fan. Stay on that side of the guardrail. Don't touch the guy. Purchase the seat fairly, and anything else goes. Anything else goes. I mean, it's pretty simple and straightforward. I don't think this is an issue that is ever going to rear its head again. I don't believe that we're going to say it, and I believe it was a misstep. And I believe that the commission should be given a pass for making one misstep and a wonderful day. They had a really good day. 5 hours live. But I do feel a need to speak on it, because it did happen.